Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. I am Sister Marjorie Arcana, and I am a fully professed member of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. We are 21st century drag clown nuns devoted to making safe space for community, activism, and obviously the art of being subtle. We clearly wake up like this.
It's true.
I am a member of the House in Southern Illinois, and we are known as the Soil Sisters, the dirtiest hoes of the Sacred Heartland. All this to say, you can find us working multiple corners and in the back of grain silos, respectively. Farmers need love too. So as sisters, our mission statement is to promulgate universal joy and expiate stigmatic guilt. We do this by reminding folks, especially in our community, that they are loved, and a lot of the guilt we feel for being who we are is toxic to our well-being. That's one of the reasons why we take the form of nuns. Religious parity heals, and we became nuns for the community. A community frequently hated and hurt by powerfully established religion. So what does it mean to resist through joy? If you look at the history of the queer community, you see examples of hard-won resilience and joy. When society oppresses us, our response is frequently to lash up, cross-dress, cut or grow our hair, express our gender or non-gender, and remind folks that we exist. Reinvention can be bliss. Despite society attempting to make us disappear, we become even more visible. Our safe spaces have always been bars and back rooms. The glittery nightlife welcomes us weirdos, drag aficionados, and kinksters. By the way, kink is a part of pride, period. Kink is tied into our history, and anyone who tries to say it isn't is willfully participating in erasure. Let that freak flag fly. Throughout history, we have found ways to communicate covertly. Actions and symbols to let others like us know who we were and what we needed, what we wanted. Green carnations and the hanky code have made for unusual fashion choices, but it got the point across. We've started groups like the Mattachine Society and the Daughters Abilitas. When our community started to be decimated by GRID, or gay cancer, as they called it, or what would be known as AIDS HIV, we did what we had to do. What that was stepping up to take care of our friends, families, lovers, and ourselves as the terrible disease killed an entire generation of queer elders. That's a lot of loss, a lot of trauma. Yet we continue to sparkle on. I'm pretty sure I heard on TikTok someone say that we are the adults we would have felt safe with as children. Think about that for just a second. What does that really mean? It means that so many of us have become the elders we needed most. Those taken as an uncaring government and society looked on. That so many of us have survived, actually flourished, is a testament to our strength and determination. So how does joy really fit into this tale much more grim than any tale of terror? It almost sounds like we survive to endure, and I'm here to tell you that endurance is only one side of the story. Why do you think queer folks gather to share love and community and maybe a few recipes? Time and time again, despite the fact that our spaces were raided. Why do you think we continue to park and meet despite our license plates being read over radio stations if our vehicles were seen around known gay sanctuaries? It's because we find joy in community. Joy offered even in fear. Joy taken even in fear. Joy manifested in dark places. Joy created by community. Joy is one of the most powerful resistances because when we have joy, we have confidence in ourselves. That joy gives us permission to feel happiness, to feel pleasure. When that joy takes over, we want to share that wonderful feeling with others. In that moment, we can do anything. Armed with joy, we are resilient, undeniable, and invincible. Please know the brand of joy that I'm talking about doesn't shy away from conflict. It doesn't sweep problems under the rug. It recognizes that there is toxicity within ourselves, others, and the community. It's not being so positive you ignore all that's gone wrong or can while hoping to manifest better. This joy doesn't victim blame or shame others for their life choices or who they are. This joy is pervasive beyond abuse and degradation. Always remember that resistance starts with us. The first step of that resistance is to begin to like ourselves. Like ourselves enough to want to indulge in pleasure, to take care of ourselves. Hate from other factions doesn't want us to do that because it means if we start to like who we are, who we see and visualize, who we can become, we will protect ourselves. We will speak up and out against oppression. Our shared joy is loud and proud. We should understand that in learning to love ourselves, we can take up space in this world with far less guilt. Now, I'm fully aware this journey to self-love isn't easy. Trust me. The fabulous creature you see before you hasn't and isn't always so self-assured while spewing joy, but together we can do this. We must realize just how sacred we really are. Even if that beautiful sacredness is to ourselves, in that sacred joy, we know true power. Remember, joy is resistance. Joyful spirits create hope. Hope fuels resistance, and so the cycle goes. Joy is more powerful than hate. Joy is love for ourselves and for others. Joy is the vision for a better future and the means to create that vision. Joy allows us to put healthy boundaries in place so that others can't take advantage of us. That joyful resistance gives us all the courage to fight, even as others attempt to strip us of our rights and power. It's easy for other folks to trample on us if we feel we aren't deserving of respect, deserving of love, deserving of joy. In fact, those people are banking on us feeling that way because what they want most of all is our lack of resistance. They want us pliant and unhappy. I always like to say self-care is a form of resistance, and it's one of the most powerful forms of joy. Self-care is a small act of resistance with a big impact. Take the time to recharge your batteries and polish up that self-esteem. That self-revitalization can help us to create our world and continue to support on our own terms. Cared for joy is strong. Cared for joy is invincible. This is what I want you to remember as you move through your day today. Joy is resistance because loving yourself is a revolutionary act. That joy in a society that forces us into binaries and boxes is the embodiment of strength. Joy gives us the hope and strength and the voices to call bullshit on all that does not bring us into true alignment with who we are. Joy connects you to others with shared ideals and visions. I mean, look around. Joy is already building community. This is your community. Joyful connections work to liberate all. All for the simple reason that love is something we fundamentally cherish as one group, one species. Joy is the key that unlocks our ability to share that love with others. When we all feel strong, connected, in love, we want others to feel that way too. We become a force for good that cancels out misunderstanding, animosity, prejudice, and hate. No amount of ignorance and hatred will ever erase us or our joy. Remember all of this when you're at work, when you're washing dishes, when you join a rally or a march, when you hang with friends, when you share affection in public, when you're scrolling on Beyonce's internet, and when you're living your authentic truth. Remember, they can't break your soul. Thank you.